happening today. A free summer meals program for Springfield youth is kicking off.
That's right. With more, return out of Western Mass News reporter Taylor Smith that's live in studio and has details about this program where they can participate and get some food. Good morning, Taylor.
That's right, David and Amanda, good morning. And Homegrown Springfield will be providing free meals for kids and teenagers 18 years old and under. No signups are required and kids can just show up. Now, this culinary and nutrition program of Springfield Public Schools has several locations kids can go to get a meal. Those locations include Hubbard Park, Van Horn Park, Ruth Elizabeth Park, and Nathan Bill Park. Food trucks will be at each of these sites Monday through Friday from 10 to 12:30 p.m. And there will also be fun kid-friendly activities hosted at certain locations throughout the summer. And just a few weeks ago, Western Mass News spoke with the Director of Operations and Communications for this Summer Eats program, Lydia Rodriguez, who shared with us how her organization is dedicated to making meals easily accessible to children and teens throughout the area.
So Springfield Public Schools and Homegrown Springfield Sodexo provides Summer Eats program services here in Springfield throughout the summer, and we operate at over 73 different locations across the city.
Now, Springfield Summer Eats program offers free meals and snacks to any child who shows up, no questions asked, but you do have to stay at the location while you eat your meal. And to find out more, visit our website, westernmassnews.com, and you can click on the blue As Seen on TV button. And reporting live in the studio this morning, Taylor Smith, Western Mass News.
Taylor, thank you.